What's up guys, this is Dozy here, and today I'm bringing you a follow-up to my Frost Mage guide as of patch 5.0.5, and in this video I'll be taking more of an in-depth look at the rotation. If you want to take a look at the basics of Frost Mage PvE, I suggest you click the link in the description below. That will link you to my other guide on Frost Mage PvE, the basics. As I said at the start, this video will be more of an in-depth look at the rotation. So let's get on with it. For the first part of this guide, the rotation will be slowed down quite a bit whilst I talk over what is happening in your rotation. Your first priority whatsoever is to get your tier 6 talent up, which is either Invocation, Rune of Power or Incanter's Ward. This buff must be up at all times. I cannot stress how much of a DPS loss it gives you when it is not up. If the buff is not on you, then you must stop whatever you are doing, whatever you are casting, and get it on. I will go through these 3 talents now and explain to you how to maximize their uptime. To keep Invoker's energy up, which is the buff you gain from evocating when talented into Invocation, you simply need to evocate within the last few seconds of the buff. For example, my evocation cast time is 5 seconds with 15% haste. Therefore, I will need to evocate between the last 1 and 5 seconds of the buff. The reason why it is not refreshed exactly at 5 seconds is because whilst you are evocating, you are not casting any other spells and therefore not benefiting for the 25% spell damage buff being up. Your second tier 6 talent is Rune of Power. To keep the Rune of Power buff up, simply put another one down on the last glow of the rune that is already down. It glows 3 times before going out. The cast time of Rune of Power is 1 second or near to that, and the glows represent 1 second, therefore making it easier to judge. The third and final talent is Incanter's Ward. This one is simple, just put it up when you know you will take damage. You may still have to evocate for mana. Your second priority is to make sure either Nether Tempest or Living Bomb is up at all times. You do not want a tick of this going to waste because you just forgot to reapply it. Or if you are using Frost Bomb, then always apply it when it is off cooldown. Your third priority is to get 3 Frostbolts to hit the target. This is because your Frostbolt increases the damage of Frostbolt, Ice Lance and your pet's Water Bolt. Do not use any Fingers of Frost procs before this because it is a damage loss. After this, use Frozen Orb on cooldown. When using this, be prepared to spam Ice Lance. Also, make sure to use your pet's Freeze ability on cooldown when you have either 1 or 0 Fingers of Frost procs. Take note that using this on 1 enemy will generate 1 proc and 2 or more enemies will generate 2 procs. For the rest of the rotation, simply use Ice Lance when you have Fingers of Frost procs and Frost Firebolt when you have Brain Freeze procs. Your filler is Frostbolt when you have absolutely nothing else that needs to be doing. So let's take a look at this whole rotation in slow motion. Firstly, I'm getting Evocation, which is getting my spell power buff up. Then I'm doing the Frost Bomb, keeping that up all the time. 3 Frostbolts before I do absolutely anything, and after these 3 Frostbolts I'll hit that freeze button, get that proc and use the rest of my procs up. Keep on refreshing Frost Bomb, making sure that all of my cooldowns should be popped at the right times, and then just doing the filler as normal, waiting for that spell power buff to drop off. With my current haste at the moment at 15%, you can possibly see a repeat of the rotation here. With when I cast Frost Bomb, you usually get around 2 to 3 Frostbolts in before the Frost Bomb goes off. Either that or some Ice Lances. After getting these 2 or 3 Frostbolts in, Brain Freeze will proc. When you hit your Frost Firebolt, you have 1 more Frostbolt in there before your Frost Bomb is back off cooldown. So let's put this all into practice and see it in normal speed. If you ever encounter 3 or more enemies, the rotation is exactly the same except for using Flame Strike on cooldown. Thank you for watching this in-depth guide to Frost Mage rotation. Any useful links will be in the description, and if you like this guide then subscribe because more guides will be out very soon. See you around, guys.